Всем привет, это канал Resident Game, меня зовут Яна. Продолжаем играть в Demonicon. Так, сегодня опять у нас выбор. Куда пойти, что делать? Торговец меня уже Кайроном называет. Так. Значит, он знает. Хорошо. Чего мы можем продать? Почему это? А, типа у торговца денег нет. Прикольно. Так,
Praise the divine lioness.
торговать. Ну, деньги у нас пока есть. Так, что у нас? Что у него есть? У меня нагрудник. Броня 3, бремя 2. Наручье, броня 1, бремя 1. Понятно. Ничего нет интересного. Ладно. Так, по заданию что у нас? Ничего, я так поняла. Можно к страже опять пойти, а можно пойти к этому Фальку. Не знаю, я буду придерживаться стражи пока. Точнее,
Good to see you,
гордиться.
lad. Thanks again for the thorned rose. By Mother Parain, you made the right decision. I've another assignment for you. Are you interested?
Then tell me about this assignment.
It's about a man named Fyodor Brigante, a mage who settled down here. He's under house arrest, heresy. He's to be transferred to the guard's headquarters now, with an escort.
Why do you want to move the heretic? Does this have anything to do with Perel's declaration of war?
Right. Fyodor is no longer safe at home. The Kreutzer cartel could strike at any moment. We have to be prepared.
Why would the cartel be interested in a heretical mage?
Fyodor has a vast knowledge of witchcraft, demons, constellations, disease. He's an expert in these things and talks about them constantly. In the hands of the cartel, his knowledge could be quite dangerous. That's why we need to get him to safety. And, of course, it pays well.
Folk of Arivor appears to be involved in Tiakranor's machinations. Do you have any idea what's behind it?
Can you prove it, lad? You can get yourself into a mess of trouble if not.
It's the truth. Tiakranor himself even confirmed it.
I believe you can, but I'm probably the only one. No Rondrian would ever get involved with a necromancer. That'd be treason. And even if you do have evidence, you'll need power and a good reputation in the city. Otherwise, you'll never get the chance to submit it to the Metropolitan.
I don't even have citizenship. So my sister is sold off to the most powerful man in town, who betrays his own order, and I can't even prove it.
A marriage without love. That's bad. Someone has to do something.
And what do you mean?
The folk of Arivor may be calling the shots for the Rondrians at the moment, but Sumadan of Bregelsalm is still the Margrave of Warrock. If I were to put in a good word for you, your family could get their citizenship this way too.
You'd do that for me, Sergeant?
Why not? If you don't disappoint me, well, lad, then you can count on me.
Хорошо.
Tell me about the heretic.
He climbed up on a barrel in the market and started talking rather incoherently about the gods. Free thinking, you can be hanged for that. My lads were fast enough and got to him before the Rondrians. All he got from me was 3 weeks of house arrest.
Then you didn't consider the heresy all that bad.
You know, lad, people talk a lot of nonsense. but they never admit it. Oh no, I prefer it when someone opens their mouth and gets themselves caught. Fyodor didn't preach demon worship or anything of the like, and if I can annoy the Rondrians, I'm twice as happy to save his life. I also have a feeling that his knowledge could soon be very useful, but maybe I'm wrong there.
Aren't the Rondrians?
They are. They believe that free thought is a major cause of... I don't tend to see it so strict. That's still better than having people accused, because that's what the Rondrians cracked.
Then tell...
It's about a man named Fyodor.
Так,
He's to be...
Why do
я
you...
тоже слышала.
Right.
What?
Fyodor.
I think I deserve a somewhat more personal reward. I mean, consider the circumstances.
Maybe you're right, lad. You shall have your reward, but woe but...
Of... All right, I'll escort the heretic.
Very good. Then go to Kreutzer Alley. There you'll
Опять
find
туда.
Fyodor. Bring him safely through. Once Fyodor is safe, he... See, I don't like it when my people have to...
Yes, Sergeant.
One more thing, lad. You seem familiar somehow. Have we ever met before?
Вряд ли.
Not that I know.
Strange. Very strange.
Действительно. Очень странно. Ладно. Этот дядька, интересно, будет разговаривать с нами? Сейчас проверим. Нет, не хочет. Так, ладно. Можно противоядие сделать еще. Что так мало? Сумка зелень, инвентарь. Вот это что такое? Воодушевляющий эликсир. Понятно. У меня вроде много всего, и я ничего не могу сделать. Печально. Такой, конечно, город разный. Сразу видно социальное различие и разрыв. Так. Куда-то мы идти.
Business is going well, my friend.
If it isn't the strapping lad,
There,
wanna show me your mighty
Кстати, можно в бордель зайти.
looking for
Кто это?
fun.
Fyodor?
The proper salutation is learned scholar Mr. Brigante, or at least Lord
А, это
Magus. Who are
этот.
you anyway?
The house arrest is over. For safety's sake, I'm to bring your skull to City Guard headquarters. Learned scholar, Mr. Magus.
An escort? It seems to me that this is more of an arbitrary intrusion of state authority upon my privacy. I protest! I do not need a murderer to escort me. You will have to bring me to Sergeant Fergalosh the same way I entered house.
I am here to protect you, Magus. Things in Kreutzer Alley will soon be much rougher than they are now. The truce between the Guard and cartel has been broken.
Sergeant Fergalosh is a bully, and you are the personification of roughness. Being a prisoner of the cartel would be an equivalent state.
Is that what you want, then?
Well, in truth, I'm still undecided, as it were.
Ты странный.
I have a question about a magical phenomenon. Maybe you could help me.
Of course, Nandos is with the Inquisitive.
I've never had a hint of magic in me all my life, and now suddenly something has awakened within me.
Intuitive, elemental, or demonic? I mean, maybe you're possessed.
It had something to do with the mixing of blood. It feels like I were using other people's life force to do magic.
Barbaradian? And you claim you knew nothing about it? Don't act like a fool, man.
I'm not a Borbaradian. I never learned to use blood to do magic. It just happened.
Look, this is completely implausible. Barbaradian magic requires years of practice and a sound education. This gift can't have just come to you out of the blue. It could have come from the Nether Hells, but that would have required truly potent demonic activity.
It wasn't like that. I never sold my soul.
Very reasonable.
Can't you help me at all?
You seem to have a very powerful patron who is not too particular in his morality. He will likely know more. Or the outbreak of the gift was an accident. Then you just have to live with that power and hope that you die before anyone can claim your soul in return.
Might I learn a little more about you, Magus?
Magus probatus sum. I am Fyodor Briganti, Adeptus Major member of the Great Grey Guild of the Spirit, a graduate of the School of Spiritual Travel in Belhanka.
So only a heretic, and not a necromancer.
Are you trying to insult me? There are significant differences between an educated grey mage and a simple necromancer. Necromancers! Better yet, those who pact with demons. People like that just toss their souls into the same cesspit that is home to the demonic TGT. My soul belongs to me alone and nobody else. And if there were more public education, more people would come to this simple conclusion. By the way, if you were better educated, you would never have asked this question in the first place, my good man.
What do you think about the Kreutzer Cartel's goals?
Well, one cannot really call them goals. The Kreutzer Cartel is a loose alliance of cutthroats and chicken thieves. Basically, the cartel is nothing more than an ordinary neighborhood. Well, ordinary for a city where for decades one could not be certain as to whether the ruler had again sent a bad dream or his own brother-in-law really turned to dust at the touch of sunlight. Without the urbane Mr. Parel Notgelf, these people would be a godsend for any kind of soul catchers, demon worshippers, priests, and gods know what else. Even if Parel wears the mantle of the free spirit like a feathered headdress, his aspirations are purely material. Basically, the cartel is not a good environment for a reputable scientist. On the other hand, it is sometimes quite useful to know the smugglers.
What do you think of Fergalosh and his people?
Fergalosh believes he represents law and order here. He competes with the Rondrians, which is logical considering the fact that he is paid by the Margrave. He considers me a troublemaker, and therefore wants me behind bars. It took a lot of convincing to barter him down to a house arrest. You said the truce is broken? Then it is logical that Fergalosh... But a free spirit cannot be constrained. Ergo, to me...
Do you know the Rondrian folk of Aravor? Can you tell me anything about him?
Folk of Aravor? That's right, one of the Rondrian.
You think he is a libertarian?
Infinitely libertarian. Infinitely. Unbelievable. He who knows no boundaries would simply burst. That alone makes him dangerous. And someone like that is the Metropolitan's deputy, while serious scientists are called heretics.
What heresies has he spread?
We once had a philosophical dispute. That in itself is remarkable for a Rondrian. What really frightened me was his detailed knowledge of blood magic and demonology. I would have expected a Borberadian to possess that knowledge, but not a priest of the goddess of war. Do not misunderstand me. Borberad was a demigod, and many of his teachings breathed the spirit of freedom, but ultimately his arrogance brought him and his disciples to fall. Interesting. The hubris dialogue is a transcendental problem. Conclusion, the man...
Нет, у меня больше нет вопросов.
Just come with me, Magus.
I do that which my will commands.
Ты где? Начинается.
Now,
Где они?
if it isn't the strapping lad.
Туда пройти нельзя, ладно. Пойдем дальше. Куда там идти-то?
You should put your money pouch in your shirt. No need to make it easy for the cartel.
Где он? Ну, начинается.
What are you looking for around here? Punching the
Ау.
safe, flex safe.
Еще будут? А нет.
What are you looking for around here? Punching the head?
Начинается.
There you are.
Right.
Excellent.
Это
It was
наш.
far too easy.
Yes, well, lovely. Come, Lord Magus. We'll soon have you safe.
Safe, security, and law and order. I like this naive little sergeant.
Well then, lead me away.
Young man, I'll see you soon. Maybe I'll even drop by for a visit.
Yes. Take care, Magus.
And give Fergalosh my regards when you collect your reward.
Что это было? Так. Мне дали штанишки. Вот туда. Надо их напялить. Где они? Ржавые нарукавники. Почему я не могу их одеть? Или они уже на мне? Так. Зачем-то мне эти? Ладно. Клюпанные кожаные штаны. А руно. Что я делала? Я нечаянно. Так. Украсить. В смысле украсить? А, я не понимаю, что с ней делать надо с той руной. Броня 3, премия 2. А, это на мне надето, это шерстяная туника. Понятно. Ладно. Пойдем дальше. К сержанту. Извиняюсь. Так, у нас опять 2 задания, поэтому мы не пойдем. Хотя, что нам скажет?
You're back, you rat. Are you tired of
Calm down.
Theodore was important to the cartel. You should never have delivered. And I haven't forgotten that. I should have you sent to...
This is a waste.
Yes.
А, шел ты. Стража пока выглядит поинтереснее, а этот дядька выглядит как отменный негодяй. Хотя он и есть негодяй.
Grosser, good job, lad. My thanks. I do not want to promise too much, but the next assignment could be pretty profitable, and it concerns the whole city.
Ты мне обещал гражданство.
I'm listening.
The Kreutzer cartel is planning a revolt. They want to storm the armory.
Storm the arsenal. Why?
They want to eat up all the provisions, steal building materials, and weapons. Even if they are poor bastards, I cannot let that happen. We need every man to defend the arsenal.
Is the armory really that badly fortified?
Unfortunately, yes. It's just a simple, half-timbered house in the east town, hard to defend. I recommended using the old Rondra temple for an armory from the beginning. But folk of Arivor prevented it. Hard as granite, the rotter. So, lad, here's your chance to prove yourself. Will you fight for law and order, or not?
Why don't you give the hungry enough to eat?
And give in to the Kreutzer cartel's intrigues? Never. We can't condone anyone breaking the law. If the starving mob storms the armory today, they'll be standing in front of the Prince's palace tomorrow. I won't allow Warunk to sink into chaos just because a couple of hungry people can't wait for their rations. We would like to distribute even more food. The Rondrians would too. But the refugees from the surrounding areas are literally eating the beards off our faces. Cursed soil produces little wheat. All the food must be brought from the coast, and we can't keep distributing it fast enough. Oh, if Fargosh were but here, he could help us.
Who's Fargosh?
Fargosh was my brother. I lost him. Let's talk about something else.
What about the Rondrians? Will they be involved in the fight?
No, I'm not letting any twisted lion worshipper stick his nose into my business. This is a matter for the Guard. To be precise, a matter for the Guard and the Kreutzer cartel. If they want to challenge us, good. We can determine the balance of power once and for all at the arsenal.
In the end, the Rondrians will find out anyway. Wouldn't it make more sense to work with them?
This is going to be a dirty fight. They'll be happy they can stay out of it. In addition, it's bad enough that the Rondrians control the west and upper city. The east city must remain Guard territory. And even if they are insulted, I'm sure the prisoners know something about the sword the Rondrians lost.
You want to take prisoners, Sergeant?
We're certainly not going to kill half the city. After all, I wouldn't want to be inhuman. You ken my drift.
Why did Folk of Arivor prevent the old Rondra temple from being used as an armory?
I dunno exactly ken. Guess he's just greedy and wants the Church of Rondra to have two temples. The new one in the upper town and the old one down here. As I said, the old Rondra temple would at any rate have been more spacious and would have been much better suited than the arsenal. Now that I think about it, Folk bears a certain responsibility for the rebellion.
That's strange. Why does he want to keep a temple that used to be a brothel called Rondra's Tits? Especially when a new one is being built in the upper city.
No one can be certain that the temple was really desecrated. Many Warunkians would be pleased if the Rondrians were to reopen it. I mean, yes, many are of the opinion that the whole occupation thing should finally be put to rest. No wonder, seeing as how they all used to fix their scales anyways.
Well, that would fit everything I know about him so far. He doesn't really take the honor part too seriously.
Trax Radosho, he's dividing the Rondrians. That means even more trouble. Hopefully, Metropolitan Yakon will return soon.
Да блин. Ладно.
Just to make certain, what exactly is the assignment?
You help us to defend the arsenal against the rebels. In return...
I don't need any more information, Sergeant.
One more thing, lad. If you help us, you'll become a member of the Guard. You don't have to wear a uniform or aught, but after that, you're one of us.
You're going to not only make me a citizen, but a guard as well? Then the Kreutzer cartel will do anything.
Law and order. That's Warunk in a nutshell. Anyone?
Ладно.
I'll do it.
Excellent. Then we'll meet at the...
О, что-то новое. Новая локация. Да, она не очень. Все горит.
Here they come! To arms!
Hold the line at all costs.
достаточно много. Вон там еще сражаются.
Well fought,
Это
Chiron.
все, да
You came
ладно.
at the right time.
Не
That
верю.
was probably just an advance party.
Yeah, you're right. But we can't get the damn gate closed.
What's wrong with it? Don't tell me the lever for the portcullis is broke.
It's stuck. The gear's broken.
Where can I find a new one?
Down the street there's an outpost, but it's probably already overrun. The bandits came from that direction. I can't leave my position.
I can deal with it. Hang on until I get back.
Well, hurry. The storm may break at any time. What are you...
Куда идти-то? Куда-то сюда. Слушай. А, еще не все. Долго стоит опять. Все. Вот рычаг какой-то. Опять. Сколько можно? Я так понимаю, мне это надо было взять или нет? О. Это не то. Обратно, что ли, идти? Понятно. Фига. И зачем это сделано?
We can't hold the gate any longer. Pull back.
Что это фига? Блин, надо точно выучить новые заклинания. То с этим льдом. Все. Так, а куда идти-то? Угу. Что еще кто-то есть? Больше нет у меня красных ножей. Что за... А что это было?
Chiron, we won! Welcome to the city guard, my friend. Welcome to the
Yeah.
ranks of Warwick's citizens.
Thanks, Sergeant.
Damn, that was a good fight. And we even caught the ringleaders.
Ringleaders? You mean you've caught Perel?
Ha! He won't get his hands dirty, but his henchmen will do us fine. They've already talked. Once they're hanging from the walls, no one will dare attack the guards again.
You want to hang them?
They knew what to expect. Anyone who kills my men will pay for it.
Has the ringleader's testimony brought anything?
They knew nothing about the executioner's swords stolen from the Rondrians, and nothing about the missing amber either. But no matter, they told me a lot about Perel.
How did you manage to convince the Margrave to award me citizenship so quickly?
He knows he can count on me. If I trust a man, so does he. Citizenship applies to you and your entire clan.
Thank you.
Don't mention it. I'm happy to do what I can for my people. Oh, by the way, give your father my greetings. I think I know now why you seem so familiar to me.
Вы знаете моего отца?
If you execute the prisoners, the Kreutzer cartel won't make peace for a long time.
It won't anyway. Too much blood has been shed. But the cartel has been weakened. They won't be causing trouble again soon. People can once again sleep in peace. And the honest traders in Warunk now have less competition from the smugglers. That's good for their prices.
Да, я еще не все.
Did the prisoners say anything about Fulk?
No, for once he had naught to do with it. But I think your information is sufficient to make Metropolitan Yakon at least suspicious.
Could you arrange for a meeting with Yakon when he returns?
I think so. Do not fash yourself.
Are you sure you want to execute these people? They have families.
That's the law. Criminals are to be executed. We can't allow some few to steal supplies belonging to everybody. And do not tell me that we would be besmirching our victory, or that the poor would thank us. What is important is that decent people can live in safety.
Sergeant, you already have a guilty conscience, and you haven't even decided yet.
Not true. I don't care about the families. They must be punished.
Sergeant, you are lying to yourself.
Well, lad, if you're such an expert, then you're to decide whether we should execute them.
Надо пощадить их.
Let them live. There's really been enough bloodshed.
For all I care, let them live, but they must be punished. Every one of them loses his right hand.
Как он
We'll meet
кровожадный.
again at the headquarters. There's something to celebrate. Your admittance to the city guard of Warunk.
The ringleaders' lives were spared, and the city of Warunk sentenced each of them to 12 moons' hard labor on the construction sites. The poor remained hungry, but there was no more doubt about the fair and just distribution of supplies. The law was enforced, yet humanely. The weakening of the Kreutzer cartel meant fewer goods now arrived in the slums. The Rondrians and prosperous Warunkins complained that the problem had not been fully rooted out. Margrave, however, praised Charon's mercy and displayed his own goodwill.
Так, ну куда теперь? А вообще я семью свою когда-нибудь еще увижу или нет? Куда это войти? Что это за место? Странно. Еще сюда можно тоже войти. Как много домов. Только они все пустые. Ладно. Куда там идти-то надо? Теперь отец меня примет назад, а то он сказал, типа, тебе не рада в этом доме.
Lad, today you've shown that you stand for law and order. You've also figured out which end of your sword to hold on to. I want you to be one of us, one of the guards.
As long as I don't have to wear fruit on my chest, I'm in.
It was done. His actions at the armory had secured Chiron and his family a place within the protection of Warrung's walls. Falk of Arivor would have to find another bride.
Hey.
Yet Chiron had no time to rejoice, for panic suddenly erupted in the streets of Warrung. In the western city, hordes of undead rose to attack the refugees. Chiron lost no time, for his family was in danger. He hurried to the refugee camp.
О боже, что происходит? Что за заросли
Undead and
мертвых?
demonic magic. Hang on, Calandra.
Я думаю, она и без тебя справиться может. Ах вы уворачиваетесь. Фу, не рыгай на меня. Да вы офигевшие мертвецы. Так, минуточку. Блин, когда же можно будет изучить новые заклинания? Да что ты? Складно. Уворачивайтесь, кошмар. Кто это там дерется? Уже не дерется. Всех поубивали, кошмар какой. Это не Каландра побежала. С рыжими волосами. Что это? Кошмар какой.